Thinking about your next vacation? How about Croatia? The country of 1,200 islands where turquoise waters meet ancient walled towns. Dating back from 7th century, today forming 10 UNESCO sites and 8 national parks. The country where Zinfandel originated from and where all foodies rejoice. The country where every day is a new adventure. On sea, mountains, or rivers. Don't just listen to what they say. Go, explore, enjoy. Visit Croatia.
Hi, and welcome to LUXBE Live. This is a really exciting project because today and tomorrow we are going to, with the support of incredible partners, unveil to you not only a wonderful agent program, but also a collection, a portfolio of very much ungoogleable experiences that are extraordinary in Croatia that cater to the luxury market. So thank you for joining us. And in advance, thank you for joining again tomorrow. And we are really, really thrilled to showcase this beautiful collection of partners. So with that, I would love to introduce the initiator of this brand called LUXBE that we're all going to learn so much about, Zvonimir, who is the head of Via Tours Croatia. I want to say hi first. Welcome.
Hi, Gabs, and thank you so much for being here with us today.
No, this is thrilling because I always love a good reveal, right? And I think that, Croatia is a really beautiful story to tell. It sort of unfolds. People know and expect that it's going to be beautiful, but sometimes they don't expect the level of immersion and the depth and the tastes and the sights and the sounds and all of that. So tell us a little bit about Luxby and how it all began in your head.
So LUXBE is the project, that sitting in a drawer and you just never have time to start it up. But with this COVID, a lot of things changed for us, and we can actually proudly say that during this COVID time, our company actually grew drastically. Before I was thinking a lot, and luxury it's something that during these hard times maybe drops first, but then it comes back first as well. So I think luxury segment is really important to invest money in, and I really think Croatia is on the right path on becoming a great luxury destination. What I put together in mind, because of all the sales that drop for all the partners, I tried to connect all the dots. So us as a DMC, the hotels, the tourism board as a partners, to try and cooperate together, create those out of the ordinary experience, and actually invest financially together in the international markets to bring as many luxury tourists into Croatia as possible. We tested last year with fly and yacht packages, and we had a huge success already. So I think that, if you offer something out of the box, something that other clients cannot book on their own, and you're exclusive to travel agents, that really brings travel agents that value plus to actually offer something to the clients, and the reason why they should book with a travel agent instead of going online and trying to do that on their own, because they just simply cannot. So whether you want to privatize the Dubrovnik city walls, or you want to have an exclusive access to Plitvice Lakes with your own private guide while nobody's there, or you want to meet and greet with local Michelin star chef, it's really the options are huge, and we will definitely talk about it more later. But it's just as an intro. I'm very happy I put this group of partners together, because we really are working on putting together experiences that will wow every luxury client arriving here.
Right. And you make a great point. A lot of these, most of these are really going to be only bookable through travel agents. And over the course of the event, you're going to meet some of the tourism boards that are involved, some of the hotel partners, and also some of the yacht partners that really complete the circle. So we're looking forward to diving into this, and also to thank the National Tourism Board, who recognizes the need for immersion and sustainability to be able to help local partners as well thrive. So this is really wonderful, and we're thanking you all for joining us, and watch for the big reveal in the end. So I'm going to turn it over to Z to kick it off.
Thank you so much, Gabs, and I hope that throughout this event we will definitely show why it says that Croatia is full of life, like our tourism board is saying. So let's see what Croatia is all about for the luxury clients.
So our first guest speaker is Iva Bahunek from National Tourism Board of Croatia. She is the director of the LA office, and the one that will definitely tell you all the insights and secrets about Croatia. So no better person to actually learn about the destination. And don't forget, after we are done with this segment, she's going to stay live, so you can ask her any questions you want to in the chat box below, in case we miss something that you would really be interested about. So let's bring her on and see what Iva has to say about Croatia.
Hello, Iva, and welcome to our LUXBE Live show. It's nice having you online here.
Thank you very much for inviting me today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Iva. So you've been working out of the LA office as a representative of the Croatian Tourism Board. Can you tell us a little bit about your past, where you worked, and how did you end up at this position?
Sure. I've started my career in human capital management consulting, headhunting. And after a while, I've realized that there is, I think, more than 80% of my clients that were within the hospitality sector. So, mind you, those were the early 2000s when the hotel industry was starting to get a new kick in Croatia. I did my master's in tourism to understand better the industry. And in 2010, I was appointed as the CEO of Croatian National Hotel Association with majority of Croatian hotels as members. So there I spent 9 years. And I was promoting actually Croatia and our hotel industry in Europe and in the world through the umbrella associations of hotels and restaurants in Europe and internationally, so through HOTREC and IHRA. And I was working closely together with my colleagues with the public sector, so, with the Ministry of Tourism and the government of Croatia. And so, some of the projects that I created and introduced into hospitality industry of Croatia, and that are maybe very important now to mention today, are those sustainable hotel certificates and sustainable spa certificates, which were created actually to promote the know-how within hotel industry. And so when we talk about luxury, which we're going to talk about today, we talk about the certainty of always getting the same amount of quality and service. So these certificates were created to grant all guests the impeccable service always, and whilst functioning through ethical business models. So today I am head of Croatian National Tourism Board Los Angeles office, and I'm working for public sector. So I'm on the other side, but closely collaborating with the private sector.
Wonderful. I can say that Eva and myself been working since she became part of the National Tourism Board in LA for quite a bit now, and only nice words I have so far. Thank you, Eva. I think that Croatian National Tourism Board is really happy to have you there, and we are as well. They say Croatia is really for everybody. We have mountains for hiking, we have the sea, we have the rivers for adventurers, we have castles inland, we have the truffles, the gastronomy is huge. So when somebody would come back to you and ask you, okay, can you tell us who is Croatia really for? What luxury clients should really visit Croatia? What would your answer be?
I would say that, backpackers can easily have a wonderful time in Croatia as well, the high-end tourists. So I think that is really the beauty of our destination, because it is so diverse. Geographically, climate-wise, all of them are looking for that je ne sais quoi the new place has to offer, and they will remember and want to experience again. So also Croatia is, I would say, a perfect destination for people who are willing to explore, use all of their six senses, who are willing to immerse into, thousands of years of our history, Croatian cultural heritage, and who want to feel safe while doing all of the above. So I would say Croatia is, as a fairly small country, it is so specific due to its diversity and due to location and, the microclimates within our regions, and also due to the fact that throughout history, we were influenced by so many, from the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Ottomans, the French, Italy, so all these influences were blended together with, of course, our Croatian heritage and culture, forming the absolutely amazing cultural heritage we're so proud of. So if you wish to, like you said, if you wish to have an amazing gastronomical experience, if you want to eat truffles, of course, you will go to the land of truffles, Istria. If you want to go hiking, if you want to go whitewater rafting, you will go to the Lika region, or in the vicinity of Zadar, etc., etc. If you want to go sailing, of course, you'll go to a sailing paradise, which is the whole Adriatic Sea, of course, on our side of the Adriatic, having more than 1,200 islands. But, from, Sibenik to Dubrovnik region, everything is on your hand. So truly, when asking who is Croatia really for, I like to say it's truly for everyone. It is just important to know what the traveler's desires are,
Yeah, thank you. That's really sometimes when the agent asks us, who is it really for? That's kind of what we tell them. Tell us the preference of the clients, and we'll definitely find something for them to do in Croatia. So I totally agree with you when you said it's truly for everybody. So in the past
Yeah.
couple of the years, Croatia, it's really, very popular among Europeans for many years now. But for the United States especially, it's booming in the last couple of the years. We know it's now fairly well connected with the US with direct flights. But as the destination grows, there is a lot of hotel developments, new marinas. Do you think Croatia is on the right path to becoming a new hotspot for luxury destination for luxury tourists?
Undoubtedly. So there is no doubt about it that Croatia is becoming, or has been for some time now, for the past several years, absolutely a hotspot for all the travelers, but especially the luxury-seeking guests. So, like you mentioned, we are extremely happy that out of all years from before, or all the years so far, we were able to have introduce two direct flights from the States to Dubrovnik. So the United flight that goes from that flies out of Newark to Dubrovnik, and the Delta flight that flies out of JFK to Dubrovnik. I mean, starting this July. So that is in a year of COVID. In the year of pandemic, to be able to achieve that for us was absolutely amazing. And also, because of the safety issues, it is very important to have a direct flight to the certain destination, because travelers from the States are actually looking for the destinations with direct flights because of the health issues and, health and safety. So in those terms, I'm extremely proud that we as a country achieved that. And also, we have a superb new accommodation. So just in the past, I would say 5 years, the developments that happened, from Istria to Dubrovnik were amazing. They're a work of art, not only that I say that, but, the hotels have been awarded all the awards from around the world for architecture and design. And also, working ever so hard on the skills for the staff throughout Croatia in private sector, helped by the public sector, is something that we've been doing now for some years. So, the level of service is ever growing. And the most important thing is to provide the service that is constantly perfect and constantly superb. So this is something that we are definitely achieving. And also, not only that hotels are doing an amazing job, but also the private accommodation as well. And also, the glamping and camping sites are following with the quality of service, and of course the accommodation itself, the luxury trends. So I would say that absolutely, we're on the right track. And also, in the past couple of years, we've seen an influence that film industry has on tourism. So it's no secret that the Game of Thrones, which we all know, has inspired numerous visits to Dubrovnik, to Split, then 2 seasons of the reality show Below Deck that's being aired right now on Bravo TV in America and was filmed in Croatia last year. So 2 seasons of them. People are deciding to go sailing to Croatia because they're seeing that on TV. I don't know, Gordon Ramsay's show that was premiered yesterday on Nat Geo is also something that is going to make people want to go and try the most delicious food that they will ever taste in Croatia. So all that, and also there is social media. Today, traveling has become a way of life, especially, within that younger generation who is actually sharing everything on social media, right? So naturally, Croatia being so beautiful with so much content to offer is becoming ever so popular. So to conclude, I would say, the combination of pure hospitality, superb high quality produce, and perfectly clean country that we really take care of is the combination that is, I guess, making people go to Croatia.
Wonderful. Yeah, I would just like to add that last year itself, and also this year, we see this trend actually just continuing. We've seen a huge increase in private charters who are arriving into Croatia. People were not so much could not that much count on the regular flights, but we've seen people even out of the United States, UK, Russia, all over the world actually arriving on private jets. And also we've seen a huge trend in moving mega yachts into Croatia on the Indian Adriatic, from Monaco, from Montenegro, from Nice, from France. So are you aware of that? Like, do you know that these mega yachts, I'm sure you are, but can you tell us a little bit about the mega yachting sector in Croatia and the growing popularity of it?
I know about it because first-handedly because of the below deck shoot in Croatia last year. So during COVID, Croatia was actually a safe haven for mega yachts. And people, like you mentioned, were not only charters, but the owners were actually started moving their mega yachts to Croatia, which is an amazing thing for us, especially with new marinas being built. Just having the new service is great for us as a destination. So I could not be happier, and I think all of us could not be happier to have and to welcome mega yachts into our aquatorium and into our marinas.
Great. Yeah, I believe that, for some destinations, COVID put a big hit on the countries and they actually, went backwards a couple of years. But luckily for Croatia, we saw the huge growth of luxury tourism, and hopefully we can, continue that trend moving forward down the road. Everybody from the news, they all hear about Dubrovnik, they all hear about Hvar, Split, possibly Zagreb. But what would you say are these little hidden spots, that really people are still seeking, to escape the tourist crowds, escape the tourist traps, to actually feel the local culture and the destination as it once was?
Well, first of all, I don't think that the public knows maybe that Croatia has only a little bit more than 4 million people. Which are, mainly populating the biggest cities in Croatia. So the rest of Croatia is a heaven for people who are maybe looking into something more, inclusive. So anywhere you go in Croatia, is that if it's the islands, one of the 1,200 islands that I mentioned before, or the places that are along the coast, or maybe the northern part of Croatia called Hrvatsko Zagorje, and also a hidden gem, I would say, called Slavonia, one of the regions of Croatia in the eastern part of our country. So off the beaten paths are very easy actually to find in Croatia, being so, scarcely populated country. That's why during COVID, it was so easy to have tourists and to have visitors for our country because they felt safe. They felt safe in hotels, they felt safe in the luxury villas or in the camps because they actually did have enough space for them to feel safe. So that is something that, that is something Croatia is famous for. That when a person comes to Croatia, they immediately feel, they can take a deep breath and feel what's around them and see what's around them. They have enough space and enough calm and peace.
one more plane could only catch your name. We took a crazy tour, I'll find a perfect cure. For every stressful day that came a gray. Back to reality, I need vitality. Cause I'm really fine but kinda cold. And I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. Your youth and energy mark my memory. So I caught your charms, skip just any harm. Freedom by the sea, freedom makes it real. There's nothing that's more special than this place. Back to reality, I need vitality. Cause I'm really fine but kinda cold. And I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. Loving you by chance, I never knew you'd be my only final destination now. There's nothing I can do when I come right back to you. So save me your place and carry me away. Back to reality, I need vitality. And I'm kind of fine but really cold. And I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. I need the sun, I need a day without the rain to feel alive again. Alive again. Oh yeah.
So yeah, after this video, no wonder why it stands behind Croatia, that it's really, really full of life. And I think this video really explains it all. Before I let you go, Iva, we know that Croatian Tourism Board is supporting the LUXBE project overall. So what do you know about it, and what do you think about this whole idea of LUXBE luxury travel of Croatia?
First of all, I want to say something after this video. I mean, how can you choose the location, just one or two locations after you see this video, right? I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Croatia
hard.
is
It's
just absolutely
hard.
amazing. It's hard to choose. But what I did want to say is that Croatian National Tourism Board is no doubtedly one of the greatest generators of content that people see when going to Croatia. You know, from concerts to festivals, plays, etc., etc. So that is something that it's all about creating experience. And of course, people that will be today with us. And that will be, what they will learn from today is that LUXBE is working on, I think, the right path to gather all the best luxury brands that Croatia has into one project. And, they will be set up to work together in delivering the luxury product, of course, for the most discerning clients. And I think it is very, very useful for us as a destination. So the creation of the bridge between, I would say, private and public part of our hospitality industry is extremely important. And I can tell that from my own experience. I think that a country or a destination without superb collaboration between the private and public sector cannot be such a high-end destination. And we most certainly have that. So I think I applaud you for the initiative. And I'm sure that a lot of the tourist boards will join, as I understand they have already joined. And we can only wish you the best of luck.
So next we have Zagreb Tourism Board, the city that's been put on the map because of the Christmas market and the many awards that it got. Luka from the Zagreb Tourism Board is today with us here. Please don't forget to speak with him in the chat box after this segment is done, because I'm sure he can answer all of your questions that you have. Welcome, Luka, and welcome to LUXBE Live Show.
Thank you very much for having me here today. It's my really pleasure and honor. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Nice to have you here as well. So, Luka, can you tell us a little bit more about Zagreb as a destination, and what do you guys really do to attract luxury clients into the destination?
Well, we as a destination management organization here of the city of Zagreb, we really strive to support initiatives in culture and arts. And we really like to try to define Zagreb as authentic and as original as possible. That means more appealing for everybody, including luxury tourists. Zagreb for sure is the destination of culture, and we really support all these initiatives. But then when we talk about culture, and also what we are specific in last years, is that we really support a lot of initiatives in gastronomy and development of even greater accommodation there is in Zagreb. So we try to be the cultural destination of this part of Europe. Yeah.
Amazing. And we know that Zagreb has a really special event that's happening every year, and you guys got awarded many times because of it. Can you please tell us all that's standing behind the Christmas market, so well known nowadays? After, how many awards did you guys have? Like 3-4 times in a row?
Yes, we were awarded 3 times in a row by European Best Destinations. It's a really independent web portal for all the European events, and they have a special category for Christmas markets. And Zagreb won 3 times in a row. That never ever happened. That even meant that we couldn't even qualify for the 4 times. But we are very proud of that because a lot of work stands behind Advent, and this is also a synergy. For Zagreb Tourist Board, the city of Zagreb, and all the partners that are included here, we really do our best. The Advent period of time is always it's a tradition for this part of Europe. So we try to bring together all these possibilities and actually make it a proper, real, big tourism event, and also we use it for branding tool as well. And apart from Advent, we are now building as well a new one, which is Festival of Lights Zagreb, as a family of Festival of Lights in Berlin. And this is becoming greater and greater every year. This is an event that opens our tourism season at the beginning of spring. So it's always in March.
Wonderful. So yeah, definitely a lot to do in Zagreb. And I have to say that many times when especially Europeans or Americans really start a trip, Zagreb is one of the destinations not to be missed. Luka, you are involved with tourism in Zagreb for many years. Can you please tell us and elaborate a little bit? Do you believe that developments in tourism, such as hotels, really follow the need of the luxury clients nowadays?
Definitely. Zagreb is a tourism destination for ages, decades, I have to say centuries. We have in Zagreb a hotel industry that takes back to 19th century and still working. And obviously we have luxurious hotels, and some of them are truly signature hotels, especially the one that was built for Orient Express. But then you have these heritage hotels that are opening in some special venues. And one of them is really an old Austrian bank. And, it's cool to go somewhere to have a cocktail drink in the treasury of the old bank, which is now used for the hotel. So I think it's a true experience, yeah.
Wonderful. I know you've been talking about Orient Express, so that's a Hotel Esplanade that's also part of this event. So I'm sure you agents who are looking at us now will learn about in the next day. Gastronomy is a really big part of Zagreb offerings. What does Zagreb offers on the gastronomy scene for the travelers?
Well, we have a really diversified offer in gastronomy. Zagreb is the capital, so it has a lot of things from the whole country and from the whole region, you know. It really encompasses the Mediterranean cuisine with the continental one, with all these influences. And we have to say we are proud of our Michelin star restaurant and the 14 recommended Michelin restaurants, as well as 24 gourmet restaurants. I mean, we have really excellent and recognized, worldwide recognized chefs like Ana Grgic or Tvrtko Šakota, and really some other that are working around the restaurant or hotels, in the, gastronomy offers of the hotels. But I have to mention here something as well, that we have a booming craft beer here in Zagreb, and also a craft gin scene. You have to know that just recently we have an Old Pilot's brand from Zagreb that won the best gin in the world at International Wine and Spirits competition. And this is something that really serves us as a destination management organization. You know, there are always tourists that like to enjoy these special things, and when you are awarded from somebody else abroad, it really gives you the strength that you are doing the best as you can. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's really what differentiates Zagreb for the rest. You know, when you go down to the seacoast, you'll see olive oil tastings, wine tastings are very, very popular. But when you go to Zagreb, craft beer, gin, that's definitely something totally, totally different that people can enjoy. Zagreb is well located. If you look for further explorations for daily trips, what can people see you know, in Zagreb and outside of the Zagreb that you would say is really, you know, out of the box experience that should go every client arriving here?
Well, if we talk about Zagreb, you know, Zagreb is the capital, and it's always, you know, you always go to visit the capital in some country, but then we like to present Zagreb as something even more. So we like to present Zagreb as a hub for going around around Croatia, and to use it either as a beginning or as the end of your trip, because you are either flying in Zagreb or flying out of Zagreb. But then when you are in Zagreb, what I would suggest for sure, you need to explore these special and authentic cultural initiatives, which are quite cool. And one of them is the project of Museum of Broken Relationships, which is, we call it a museum, but actually it's a collection of memories, and it's always changing. And it's a really cool experience, and it goes around the world. It became a proper brand of Zagreb, original and authentic one. And also the Museum of Illusions that is now in more than 44 cities around the world. And people have to know that it originates from here, from guys that are creative and that got support from us as well, and altogether brought something special. If we talk about the surroundings of Zagreb, we really have a very good cooperation with surroundings, and we really promote them as something special to go around. Whether you're going to visit just the vicinity, like the city of a small town actually of Samobor, and go for some cream pies there, or you go to Varaždin or to Zagorje region, you know, you really have to choose, because there is a lot of things on the menu. You can choose whether you'd like to visit medieval castles in Zagorje, or you'll go to Krapina Neanderthal Museum, which is a very cool museum, a modern one, educative one, but also on your way to Plitvice, which for sure none of the tourists ever miss. You should stop and admire some Rastoke. This is a beautiful place, a village of ambience, value, and authentic heritage. So, I mean, something special to choose. And obviously, not even 2 hours from Zagreb is the seaside and the coastline. So, I mean, something special. In Zagreb and around.
Yeah, so many reasons to put Zagreb on the map for tourists, whether it's exploring Zagreb itself, from Broken Relationship Museum to Illusions to Upper Lower Town, the shortest public transportation ride in the world. You know, there is really, really a lot to do and see, and many off the beaten paths in surrounding of the Zagreb. We definitely suggest our clients always to arrive in Zagreb and put it on the map. But Luka, you prepared a short video to see to the agents, to bring them the actual story of Zagreb. So let's see it, and let's see what Zagreb really looks like and what it brings to the table.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much, Zonko, for this. We can put the video on, and I would like to share some thoughts. Yeah. Well, hello, as you heard, my name is Luka, and I would like to greet you on behalf of Zagreb Tourist Board today. I would like to give you a glimpse of my hometown and Croatia, my home country. Well, Croatia is situated in the heart of Europe, and it has a big continental and a big coastal part. And it's really accessible either by air or land. And Zagreb is the capital, putting together everything from the whole country, the best of everything. During the last year, we had time to rethink our position as a destination, and we came to the idea that the city of Zagreb, a city of million hearts, is a city of rich and creative cultural offer and a vibrant city all year round. We can truly say that Zagreb is a Central European city with Mediterranean flair. With nearly 1,000 years of history, Zagreb has a rich heritage that is woven into current modern culture and innovative projects in the city. We are the destination of the culture, while labeling the pool of sustainable initiatives that are original and authentic. I have to say, Zagreb is also a very safe and green city with 4 distinctive seasons, and English is our main foreign language. We have more than 40 parks in the city center and the nature park Mount Medvednica that lies behind the city. On the mountain, there is a beautiful 13th century fortress where there is a possibility to organize a private event, but you can also come and visit some of our events. Just 15 minutes away from the city center is also a beautiful golf course. If you want to know more about the intangible heritage, then you have to know that the Liseter gingerbread heart is under UNESCO protection, and it's a traditional decoration and a favorite souvenir to bring from the city. I have to say, if you bring it home, it will bring luck to you and your family and the loved ones. Also, if you didn't know, the necktie originates from Croatia. And if you want to know more about the origins of the necktie, there is a possibility to organize a special presentation in the Croata store with the additional changing of the guards' performances. But for those interested in theater, we have a beautiful 19th century Croatian National Theatre and Opera House where you can watch an opera or a ballet and admire its wonderful interiors. Also, for those wanting to know more, there is a possibility to organize a private behind-the-scenes tour, a special one. With nearly 40 museums, Zagreb has a really wide and diverse offer of museums, from contemporary one to the classical art one, but also really innovative and quirky projects. Zagreb is the gastronomic center of the country, where you can try dishes from the whole area and region, traditional continental dishes, a typical Mediterranean cuisine, as well as the variety of international and fusion cuisine. We have a Michelin star and various Michelin recommendation restaurants, and for those who want to delve deeper into the gastronomic scene of Zagreb, there is a possibility to organize a cooking class or a special dinner in an old, typical apartment in the city center. From the accommodation point of view, Zagreb really has something special to offer. There are 4-star hotels, but also a really special heritage one built for the Orient Express train passengers, and also really, really special. Well, Zagreb is for truly a destination for you. And I have to tell you, Zagreb is really, yes, the beginning of a perfect day. Thank you very, very much. This is a huge opportunity for us to present Zagreb as a destination, and thank you, Zvonko, for having me here today. I can answer to any of the questions if you have, and I hope that American tourists will like the presentation of Zagreb and come more and more. We are a destination waiting for them. Yeah.
Thank you, Luka, so much. Besides Americans, we also have other nationalities. But please, down in the chat box, if you have any questions for Luka, please feel free to answer. Luka is here free to answer any of your questions. And thank you, Luka, so much for this wonderful presentation of Zagreb. I'm sure more and more tourists from LUXBE show will be arriving there shortly. Have a nice day, and thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
And now we travel to the biggest Croatian peninsula called Istria, the place that really impressed huge Anthony Bourdain and Gordon Ramsay. I'm bringing on Christina to the screen to join us on this show to really tell us what Istria is all about. So, Christina, welcome to the show. And please don't forget, once we are done with this segment, on the chat, you can ask Christina any questions we might miss, as she's going to stay live to answer any of your questions about Istria and what it really offers to your clients. Welcome, Christina, to the first LUXBE Live event. Christina is from the Istrian Tourist Board, and we are very happy to have you on board here, Christina.
Thank you, Zvonimir. Hi, everybody. Really thank you for inviting us. We are really thankful to be here with you today.
Yeah, so we understand that, you know, a lot of people talk about Istria as the gastronomy mecca of Croatia. Also, the famous Anthony Bourdain visited Istria once. He was actually at one of our friends, a local restaurant called Mondo up at the Motovun woods. And they say that, you know, he said that whoever didn't visit this part of the world is an idiot. We wouldn't really say that he's an idiot, but we would say that definitely everybody should put Istria on the bucket list. So tell us a little bit about the quality of the gastronomy products. We understand that olive oil from Istria really goes a long way in the world.
Well, because I just wanted to say that the nickname of Istria is Terra Magica. And this magic you can feel and experience in every single corner of our region, whether you are tasting Istrian flavors or scents or colors, enjoy the shapes, feel the energy. And this term was used by the ancient Romans, and it's equally relevant today 2,000 years ago. So in fact, Istria reflects the idea of life as it should be, which is also our destination slogan.
Yeah. So when I go back to this question, I understand that your olive oil is really famous in Istria. I believe there was a big awards that you guys received as well. There are many truffle regions as well. So please elaborate a little bit about that side of Istria.
Yeah, back in 1999, we realized that we were a small region, but extremely rich and diverse. So we also realized that we can and don't want to compete with big players in the global economy. And that's why we encouraged our small, micro and authentic economies to achieve the best and highest quality results, because we set ourselves that no matter how small we are, we should not produce an average, but the best we can. So to confirm these facts are numerous awards achieved constantly for the extra virgin olive oil, for the wine, for the spirits, prosciutto, cheese, truffles, and other well-known products.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I've been in Istria many times, and every time I come back really with new experiences, you know, with local farms that we visit, with local truffle producers. So it really is a gastro mecca. And many say that, you know, Istria, it's a kind of a Croatian Tuscany. So I'm sure that kind of really, you know, protects that name that you were just mentioning. So you're local from Istria. You've been with the local tourism boards now for about 10 years. Tell us a little bit about, you know, future plans of development. I know many new hotels are building. There is great rural hotels, luxury places. So what are the future investments? Do you have any inside information for us that you can share that will, you know, enrich the offerings of the area for the LUXBE clients in the future?
Well, I can speak about the next season, 2022, where in the northwestern part of Istria we'll welcome the guests with a brand new resort with 5-star villas and 5-star hotels with a unique rooftop infinity pool. It's long more than 100 meters. And rooftop fine dining restaurant on a really fairy tale location on the sea. But there's many new 5-star villas, not only at the sea, but even at the hinterland. And this is quite interesting and worth to visit.
Perfect. So yeah, as I was mentioning at the beginning in the introduction, Istria is really famous for, you know, the hilltop towns, the rural hotels, hilltop villages, and many Roman ruins that are left in the area. So can you please tell us some about unusual sites and things that could interest our future luxury clients arriving into your part of Croatia?
Well, there are many unusual sites in our region, but definitely I will propose truffle hunting by night in the magic Motovun forest. This is an extraordinary natural, cultural, and historical monument. So this is a kind of mystic experience, a bit romantic and a bit scary as well, that will leave you breathless, I'm sure. It begins crossing the old wooden bridge, after which you enter in a different world, crossing the forest in absolute silence, while the eyes of a wild beast are watching you with interest. And the ambience is extremely dark, so appropriate lanterns are used, and the active search for truffles can begin. After this active experience, there are many possibilities, but one of our favorites is definitely a dinner in one fine dining restaurant specialized for truffles. And I want to mention another unusual site that will be also interesting for our guests, our tourists, and it is accommodation at the Porer Lighthouse, the most beautiful lighthouse on the Adriatic Sea. It is a small island and a lighthouse not far away from the coast. And the nearest coast is Cape Kamenjak, a beautiful natural park, which look like a Cape of Hope, of Good Hope from South Africa. So this island is far enough away from world and civilization. And during a stay, the lighthouse keeper will introduce you to all the charms of life at the lighthouse, but with all comforts you may need. You should even survive the adventure to be on the top of the lighthouse when Nevera is out. This is very dangerous and powerful stormy wind with the thunders and rain, and mostly appears during the summer. So consequently, to be there during Nevera is at the same time an amazing and a scary experience, since all the building is shaking and you can hear the sounds and all the power of the nature. By the way, Nevera is also the name of the amazing Rimac car presented to the world 1 month ago.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Christina, for this. I would just like to add that, you know, Istria region, it's full of experiences, truly. And some of the LUXBE experiences that we have done, that we are actually doing in Istria are, you know, private event on the Roman amphitheater in Pula. We have a private sightseeing of Basilica, which is the UNESCO protected site, with private historians. So really, there is a lot to do that is not so usual and that we offer exclusively to our LUXBE clients. So really the imagination here is endless. And now, Christina, I'm going to give you the word to take us to Istria through your video that you guys have prepared. And audience, please enjoy and see what we were talking about, and see really why you should really include Istria in any of your clients' itineraries. Enjoy.
Thank you, Zvonimir. I hope that from my answer, you've already been able to perceive some interesting facts about our destination. To repeat, I'm Kristina Vojić-Krajcar from Istria Tourist Board, in charge as a marketing manager, working on a different fields like gastronomy, culture, wedding, project development, event management, PR, and communication. Just a brief about our activities like Istria Tourist Board. I just want to point that in Croatia, the touristic sector calls Istria the flagship of tourism, mostly because we are pioneers in many aspects. We are constantly searching for the new tools and original ways to promote our region. So we're the first in Croatia to introduce a strategic partnership with the world famous brands. And one of the most important is one with the legendary German football club Bayern München, which is one of the most valuable club in the world. This partnership is very good for branding to get a huge marketing impact and promote Istria as a lifestyle destination. The same happened with multinational corporation producers of luxury vehicles, the well-known BMW. So the basic idea of strategic partnership is to connect two premium brands through which quality and premier products could be identified by joint marketing activities and inclusion of Istria in many privileged clubs. There are other brands like Cube for the targeted promotion of outdoor and bike tourism, then Bosch for the promotion of the e-mobility, and many other. As a part of the co-marketing and co-branding project with the eminent publishing houses, one of the most important project activities is certainly lobbying with the large media houses. The results of this is that Istria receives an average of 4 major awards per year. For the Lonely Planet, we are among the top 10 destinations in Europe. For the Forbes, the next great destination. For the ADAC, Istria is a favorite destination for German drivers. For the New York Times, we are in the list of 52 places to go. Then for Huffington Post, Istria is proclaimed the best hidden secret of Europe, while for the wine enthusiast, the 10 best wine travel destination. For the US Today, Istria is the best region for winter and spring travel. For the Reader's Digest, 10 surprising must-visit foodie destination, and there is a CNN, National Geographic Traveler, many others. And now I just want to briefly introduce you our gastronomy. Istria is called a little open air museum because Roman emperors, medieval rurals, and Austro-Hungarian monarchy and many others used to live here once upon a time, which is the reason why there's many historical monuments of great importance. We can say the same for our cuisine. Our turbulent past has certainly left a trace on it. It is a mix between dishes from so-called blue Istria, with all delicacies coming from the sea, and the green Istria, with plenty of wild plants, meat, and traditional pasta, cheese, prosciutto. One of our best products in our region is definitely extra virgin olive oil. I don't know if we ever heard. I think that Zvonimir mentioned it, that Istria is the best extra virgin olive oil region in the world. So the decision comes after Flo Soleil, the first global extra virgin olive oil guide, assessed 54 olive oil producing regions across the world. Even 71 extra virgin olive oil from Istria are being included in this famous guide. So Istria retains its title as the world's premium olive oil hotspot 6 years in a row. By the way, recently at the New York International Olive Oil Competition, 30 olive oils from Istria were awarded with the gold medal for outstanding quality. Once again, this confirms the size of Istrian extra virgin olive oil on the world stage. So we have also wine roads too, and today they represent one of the appealing products of the region. The quality of the wine is constantly growing, which is confirmed by numerous recognition and awards achieved lately from the International Wine Challenges or the Canterel World Wine Awards, International Wine and Spirits Competition. And in addition of wine quality, Istria boasts modern wine cellars that look really amazing and like works of art, definitely. Beside the extra virgin olive oil and wines, Istria has a truffle too, and they should be placed at the very top of the gastronomic delicacies list. This is one of the top-notch goodies of the region. Because the Istrian white truffle is one of the most highly prized in the world today. The particularity of our region is that we are one of those rare areas in the world where you can find in large quantities the noble white and the black one, so the both colors of truffles, and this is really rare. An interesting fact worth to be mentioned is that in 1999 in Istria, in the Motovun forest, was found the world's largest truffle fund so far, which has been even included in the Guinness World Record book. And just a few words about the accommodation. For a long time, we've been working on creating a high-level small family hotel, differentiated according to the special themes. And in this context, particularly attractive accommodation are Istrian villas in the central Istria, with an authentic traditional look, but with interiors which offers a maximum comfort that modern tourists search today. Within the northern part of Istria, which has been known for years for the best offer of restaurants, agritourism, wineries, extra virgin olive oil farms, and so on, had been created a kind of Grand Cru area that stretched down the valley of the Mirna River. It is also an area where the truffle grows. And here you can find the best small family hotels and villas, which really worth to visit it. So since it's quite challenging to provide the words, with words, a picture of Istria, I'm happy to introduce you a video which will show you some more glimpses of this paradise.
Life shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be just work and climbing the corporate ladder. It shouldn't be meetings held for hours, followed by fast food made in minutes. It shouldn't be just buildings of glass and steel. It shouldn't be driving on 4 wheels from point A to point B. It shouldn't be a childhood filled only with plastic toys. It shouldn't be evenings in front of a television or a touchscreen. It shouldn't be routine, and it shouldn't be a plan. Life as it should be, only in Istria.
Whoa. Well, Christina, I can tell you that, I've been to Istria many times, but clients who've never been, I think they have a really wide perspective of what Istria is all about, from beautiful, gorgeous seas to hilltop towns for the food and wine gastronomy, to hidden spots and active tourism. I think it's really a lot. It has a lot to offer. There are some hotels with us that will join us later in the show, but I would definitely like to thank you so much for taking the time and showing us all that Istria is really about. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you for having us, and enjoy the day, and please see you in Istria.
So now let's move on to a little town called Opatija, where Grazia is actually waiting for us live. She's joining us, the show, from the actual town that used to be the Austro-Hungarian elite destination once upon a time. So Grazia, let's see what Opatija is really about. And don't forget, please, after the Grazia is done, she's going to stay with you guys and join us on the chat so you can ask her any questions you want to know about Opatija and the destination and what it offers to your clients. Grazia, hi, and how are you doing?
Hello, and sunny greetings from Opatija, the most beautiful town on Fanner Bay. My name is Grazia Kreiner, and I'm a marketing manager at Opatija Tourist Board. Opatija was designed and created during Austro-Hungarian Empire as a winter health resort for aristocracy and nobility of the time. It is considered the cradle of Croatian tourism. as Villa Angiolina was the first tourist facility built in 1844. We at Opatija Tourist Board created a story about Opatija through a video, because as you know, pictures are worth 1,000 words. Therefore, we invite you to relax and enjoy the story about the brilliant, sparkling and beautiful town of Opatija. See you soon!
When you come to a place where rich history and culture blend with great scenic beauty, where the elegance of continental Europe meets the charm of the Mediterranean, and where right next to large European cities, you can discover the most beautiful European garden, you can be sure that you've come to Croatia. Croatian tourism was born in the heart of Kvarner, right at the place where Učka, the highest mountain in Istria, meets the Adriatic Sea, which has always attracted various nations and inspired Greek myths and Roman legends. Its birthplace was Opatija, a town distinguished by its unique blend of Mediterranean atmosphere and Central European cultural heritage. The Riviera at the border between the mountains and the sea connects Opatija with Lovran, a small coastal town with an ancient history, and Mošćanička Draga, a former fishing village known for its wonderful beach. The fantastic green and blue surroundings, with their mild Mediterranean climate and fresh mountain air, offer great opportunities for walking along coastal promenades and hiking on forest trails all year round. The area's gastronomy uses local ingredients and combines Mediterranean and continental cuisine to provide gourmet experiences which cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Opatija, a town whose beauty and architecture match those of some of the most prominent European cities, has a main street dotted with restaurants, cafes, boutiques with renowned international brands, and shops with authentic local products. The town's spa and wellness centers are perfect places for relaxation. This area offers fantastic venues ideal for business meetings and large conferences. Its congress halls, equipped with modern technology, are ready to host even the most demanding events, leaving participants enough time to enjoy everything the Opatija Riviera has to offer.
And next we travel a little bit down south to the town called Sibenik. The Sibenik is also known to be the town of fortresses. It has the 2 UNESCO sites, and it's really a must-see destination for everybody who didn't visit it yet. So we are bringing on Ivan, who's going to tell us all the secrets about the town and why you should put it on your bucket list. And don't forget, once we are done with this segment, Ivan is going to be ready to answer all your questions down in the chat box. So Ivan, let's see, tell us all about Sibenik that nobody yet knows. Hi Ivan, and welcome to the show. Ivan is from the Tourism Board of Sibenik. So welcome to the LUXBE Live Event, Ivan.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so as we travel down south to Sibenik, all the way up from Opatija previously and Istria and Zagreb, Sibenik is a little bit behind the scene town, so not seen so much on the various publications, and it's not so tourist heavy yet. We don't see that much on the news, but I'm sure it has a lot to offer. It's also known to be the city of fortresses. So Ivan, tell us, what is the story behind it? Why is it called the city of fortresses? And I've heard you guys have two UNESCO sites, which is the only city in whole Croatia that's actually rich in history and has two UNESCO sites declared. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the Sibenik is a city which is located between two big coastal historically touristic cities such as Split and Zadar. And it was hard work to find ourselves in a big media, you know, to find the Sibenik name and Sibenik photos in the world between the two cities. But in the last 10 years, we're really doing a great job. Sibenik is a rich city with historical monuments, two UNESCO sites, as you already said. There is 4 fortresses. There is old ruin walls in the city. There is many palaces. There is 24 churches in the old town. There is 17 palaces. 275 islands are sitting in Sibenik Aquatorium. So it's really one touristic gem.
Yeah. So I would say I've been to Sibenik many times, and I think it's really in a great location. You know, you can visit nearby islands. It's located near the two very famous national park. It's called National Park Krka, just on the outskirts of Sibenik, and another one it's Kornati National Park, which is the sailors' mecca, and where majority of our yachts tourists really go there. But also there is really a great gastro experience, the experiences that you guys have there. So there is one great restaurant right on the square next to the church. I believe it's called Pellegrini, and it's one of the few Michelin star restaurants in Croatia overall. So I believe you guys were the first ones with Michelin star restaurant in Croatia.
Yeah, the Pellegrini, Tavern Pellegrini was the first Michelin restaurant star in Croatia. His chef and the owner, Mr. Rudi, for many years he's named as the best chef in Croatia. The restaurant was named as the best restaurant in Croatia for many years, the best restaurant service in Croatia for many years. So the Michelin, the Pellegrini restaurant was a really gastronomic star in Croatia.
Yeah, so we do, a lot of LUXBE experiences are, combined with local chefs. So, we do a meet and greet with the chef of the Pellegrini. We also have a private fortress that we can rent and do a cooking class in very specific setup. So really a lot that LUXBE clients can experience in Sibenik. But Ivan, tell us a little bit more about what luxury clients should really do in Sibenik. What makes it so special and a must-see destination?
For a luxury client, there is a lot of things to do. As we said, this gastronomic part with the Michelin star restaurant, with a combination of the authentic dishes prepared on the modern way, there is a private fortress tours with the local guides where you can see everything around the closed doors. There is a lot of islands and hidden beaches and bays around the city, which is a really, as you said already, a mecca for the yachts. I see that that islands are not well known, and it's really not too crowded, not too touristy. There is also a big number of the cultural events. Let's say St. Michael's Fortress. That fortress is named as the most attractive summer stage in Croatia. So almost every year since the opening in 2014, the stage is a place where many of Grammy awarded singers, a big European and world music stars are having their concerts. So the St. Michael's Fortress is really place to be during the season in Croatia. It's a venue with only 1,000 seats, so it's really like almost private concerts of that world stars. Also, there is a big number of the luxury wedding ideas, you know, with the St. James Cathedral, which is UNESCO site, most important and most beautiful church in Croatia, with the Barone Fortress, which is a really beautiful stage and place where you can rent it, you know, for your own private weddings, for your private shows. It's a venue for the big car manufacturing companies to present their new cars or something like that, you know. So during the last 5-6 years, it's a lot of places in Sibenik where we can talk about the luxury venues for many things.
Yeah. So you know, just to sum it up, from, you know, private force tours to cooking classes with Michelin star chefs to meet and greet with the stars from your events, you know, Luxby really has the inside people to make it all happen. But Ivan, you prepared a great video for us, so let's dig into it and see through the video what Sibenik is really all about. Let's check it out.
So, if you want to enjoy the true beauty of nature, experience the richness of cultural and historical monuments with an exceptionally unbound and exciting coast, or explore secrets of the hinterland, this is Sibenik is really a right place. A city that has been conserving its secrets for centuries and will surely attract you with its walk through the little streets known as Kale in Sibenik, a view from the fortress, to UNESCO sites. Right now on the video you can see the walking path in the channel of St. Anthony. There is a numerous of archaeological sites, city of festivals, city of music. This is a beach in the city center, as you can see, with a beautiful view on the old town. Also, Sibenik is the oldest native creation. It's 255 years old. It's situated in the picturesque bay where the river Krka enters the sea. Sibenik is the only city, as we told already, in Croatia with two UNESCO sites. One of these is St. James Cathedral, and the other one is the St. Michael's Fortress. New renovated fortresses are not only the historical and cultural monuments, they have also become centers of cultural life in the city. St. Michael's Fortress is a unique open-air summer stage. Barone Fortress is a fortress that was built for the defense system against the Ottomans. Right now you can experience through augmented reality technology, you can experience the history of the Sibenik and of the fortress. And the St. John's Fortress, the fourth one, it's the biggest one, and right now it's a part of the major project, EU-funded project in Sibenik. Reopening is planned for September 2020. Also, we want to speak about the feeling active in the city of Sibenik. Thanks for the perfect geoposition, Sibenik is ideal place for all kinds of activities, such as diving, attractive diving location, climbing, trekking, orientation, running, walking trails through the St. Anthony's Channel, cycling. There is a couple of hundred of kilometers of cycling paths around the city. Bungee jumping, the most famous place in Sibenik is the Sibenik Bridge, and it's well known about the bungee jumping for the many years. And we spoke about the gastro experience, but I want to say that it's a really enjoyable, and it's really nice to discover rich gastronomic diversity. They taste excellent seafood, takes excellent Dalmatian food, super wines, liqueurs, Also in Sibenik, you can, as we already said, you can enjoy the best Croatian restaurant and best chef. And due to its position, Sibenik is ideal starting point for the excursions, let's say for the islands such as Larin, Perugia, Capri, or for the national park Krka or Kornati Park. The Krka National Park is the well-known national park in Croatia. You know, the picture of the Skradinski Buk, the main waterfall, is well in all parts of the world. Also, we want to speak about the olive oils and wine tasting tours in Sibenik, which is a really rich offer around the city. And also, we want to speak about the eco-friendly tours, to visiting the falconry center, the horse farm in Sibenik, aircraft and gastro tour, bike tours. In last few years, very popular bike and wine tours. So many things to see and many things to experience in the Sibenik and Sibenik surroundings.
Thank you, Ivan. It's a great intro into Sibenik, not so well known in the world yet. So it's still kind of behind the scene town. I would also like to point that there is many new hotel developments there and new marina that was built just a couple of years ago. So that really makes it a perfect spot for, you know, yachting and the start of the yachting trip, which we are doing a lot with our clients. Thank you, Ivan, for showing what is Sibenik all about, and we hope to visit your town very soon again.
Of course, thank you, and we're welcoming you in Sibenik anytime.
Thank you, Ivan. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
So next, we are bringing on Duje Vulas, the representative of National Tourism Board of Split. So Split is known to be a Diocletian palace town, and really many Roman ruins are located there. But let's leave it to Duje to tell us really what Split is all about and what the second largest city in Croatia has to offer. Duje, welcome to the show.
Hello, Zvonimir. Thank you for having me on the LUXBE Live show. It is a great pleasure to give a presentation about my hometown, the best city in Croatia, known as Split.
Wonderful. Let's start with introduction of Split with a great video that you guys have prepared for the show. Let's take a look.
Yes.
You came to play, and friends came along. You came to stop the time only to discover that love is timeless. You came to wander, only to find home. You came to dance, only to find your own rhythm. You came for many reasons, but you were given more.
Wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for preparing this duet. We send, hundreds of tourists yearly to Split. What is your point of view? Why do you think Split is a really great luxury destination?
Well, Split is an imperial city, so it is a common known fact that Split was built around the Roman palace built by the Emperor Diocletian. That Diocletian's palace today is not simply a cultural monument, but it's a living monument as well, because it houses businesses, residential properties, public services, and even accommodation facilities. Split, as an imperial city, has its own tradition. It is a Mediterranean as it once was, and basically people here and the level of service provided can meet the most demanding clients, because we tend to nurture every guest as it is a king or an emperor coming back to visit its town again.
Wonderful.
Furthermore,
I like.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would like
Finish.
to emphasize more. Yes, the fact is that Split is city with a unique lifestyle from local people. So people visiting the city will basically fall in love quickly. They will adapt to the local lifestyle very quickly. They will enjoy the authentic Mediterranean cuisine. They'll have an opportunity to bath at one of the cleanest seas in the world, and they will even have a possibility to recreate their body and spirit in the natural protected area called Marian Park Forest. And believe me, few cities in the world can have a huge natural protected area in its city center. We like to call it the lungs of our city.
Wonderful. I can from first-hand experience really tell that every time I am in Split, it's just total mood change, and I totally switch to your mentality. Everything is laid back, and just the way the life goes in Split, it's wonderful. Split is, a great port for further explorations as well, especially if we talk yachting, island hopping, and so on. So I know there are some marina developments in town. Can you tell us a little bit about more? How many marinas are there, and why is it a great starting point for the yacht charters?
It is my pleasure. Why? Because Split has a long maritime tradition. Throughout centuries, the city hosted a lot of international ports during that time. It was a very important, port for any kind of business exchange between other countries and empires back then. Today, thanks to that long maritime tradition, Split hosts a lot of marinas. There is a big main marina called AC Marina Split, which houses more than 300 berths and more than 30 dry berths, and they can accommodate vessels up to 90 meters in length. Why AC Marina is so attractive? It is one of the most well-equipped marinas in Croatia in general, because it boasts its own maintenance and repair shop. It has a reception desk with exchange office. It has toilets adapted for persons with disabilities. It is a marina that meets up to the newest trends in the world, and it is now the only Tesla-only destination in Croatia. Also, there is a fuel station and customs nearby. Furthermore, AC Marina marks the beginning of Split Lungomare. That means that it offers a glorious view of Split and its center, and that's why it makes a perfect starting point for any type of charters, including even these more deluxe, more private, and more luxurious charter travels. As well, if someone wants to accommodate a vessel larger than 90 meters, it is also possible to do that in the close proximity of AC Marina Split. For instance, as I said, Lungomare begins with AC Marina. It stretches along the newly built west coast, which also marks as one of the top-notch places to dock your bigger, more luxurious cruise vessels. It can also be a place where you can take one of the restaurants on the west coast, connect it with your large cruise vessel, and even make a small private gathering or an event just before starting off to sail to the nearby islands, which are also one of the most beautiful ones in Croatia.
Wonderful introduction. Yeah, I'm glad to see Split working on that developments for future luxury mega yacht developments and arrivals. And especially in these COVID times, we've seen a huge increase in number of those actually arriving to Split, especially. When it comes to hotels, we will learn about some new developments from Istria opening up a new 5-star property there. But can you please tell us current situation as far as the Split goes? What is the what is there to offer as far as the accommodation?
As far as the accommodation goes, Split in the last 15 years hosted a lot of small bed and breakfasts and small boutique heritage hotels. I would like to emphasize that boutique heritage hotels are one of the key features of the Split accommodation in general. Why? Those hotels are situated in historical center of Split, either that is the complex outside of the Diocletian Palace or within the Diocletian Palace itself. These small boutique heritage hotels are characterized by the 5-star service they provide to their clients. They are situated in these old historical buildings, which are usually the former imperial residential units or even old medieval palaces that belong to the richest families of Split. So the cutting-edge architecture, unique gourmet experience, personalized service, intimacy, privacy, and most important of all, safety are the key features of all small boutique heritage hotels in Split. Also, wonderful. I would like to emphasize that Split also has its 2 resort hotels, which are located on the beach. The one at the moment was upgraded from 4-star to 5-star service. Also, there will be a first hotel chain from Marriott built in Split. It will be situated in the newly built skyscraper, and this proves why Split is a very attractive place for investors and other hotel chain companies, because usually these types of hotels are firstly opened in capital cities. Split is not a capital city of Croatia, but by hosting a first Marriott hotel in Croatia proves that it can meet the most demanding needs of every client and visitor in the world.
Wonderful. I'm glad to see all these new developments are getting your way, and we are very excited to see, how will Split look in a couple of the years moving forward. But I really think it's going into right direction for every luxury client. Can you please, everybody does. We do a lot of, out of the box experiences for our clients. And I know we've talked about this before, but can you give us some out of the box ideas for any luxury client getting into Split?
Okay, so let's say we can first begin with some culture related activities. Every client has an opportunity to do specialized theme historical tours around the old town and the Diocletian Palace itself, but only few can access, for instance, the substructures of Diocletian's palace after the visiting hours. These are the most well-preserved Roman substructures in the world, and they serve as a great venue for any type of private event, dinner, concert performers, or even a theater play. So basically, any luxurious client can rent out the venue for itself. We can assist and support it with organizing small private thematic events. For instance, like Days of Diocletian, we can certain characteristics of that event we can apply to every luxurious client visiting Split and having, let's say, a private dinner or event in Diocletian cellars. So private gladiator fights, performances of the imperial guard of the Emperor Diocletian, even a small private performance of piano players or any other types of musicians. Also, any theater plays can be organized. So basically, people can visit the city center, get to know the city's culture heritage, but after the visiting hours in the evening, they can meet up at the Diocletian cellars, they can enjoy their privacy, intimacy, they can be accompanied with these smaller events.
Wonderful. And when you talk about, I know, gastronomy of the whole city, we'll get back to that. But you said that Split, when we talked before, you said that Split is really a good destination for active travelers as well. There are nearby places that you definitely want to emphasize, and tell us why Split good for active tourism and gastronomy.
As I mentioned before in the introductions, in Split we have a natural protected area called Marian Park Forest. It is a lungs of the city because it is a huge green area located next to the city center. It is its own peninsula and it's directly attached to the city. That means that place serves as a great recreational point for body and spirit, and some sort of outdoor activities like free rock climbing, trekking, running, cycling, among all of them. Also, regarding sea activities, you can do sea kayaking tours, snorkeling, paddleboarding. You can even go on a jet ski following the coast of the Marian Park Peninsula. There are wonderful beaches. Except the Marian Park, which is concentrated in the city center, in the surroundings of Split, we have river, mountains, also that are, suitable to do all sorts of outdoor activities like rafting, canoeing, extreme canyoning, canyon tubing, for instance. There are also activities like zip line above the hills in the city of Omiš or above the mountain Kozjak near Split. Furthermore, there's activities at the sea commonly known as parasailing, paragliding. There is a mountain Mosor for hiking tours or private jeep safari tours that will take you on off-road trip along the hinterland part of the Split-Dalmatia County.
Perfect. And yeah, as we are just looking this video in the background of Split gastronomy, I really think there is nothing more to add but just to go and explore and taste various restaurants. But can you tell a little bit about gastronomy? Is there any Michelin star restaurants, Michelin recommended restaurants? What is the situation currently with gastronomy in Split?
After the immense cultural heritage, the gastronomy is another feature that makes Split attractive, irresistible, and famous among visitors. So the Split serves as a Croatian's hub for gastronomy as well, because let's say looking at 20 years ago, the menus in Split were once short and simple, dominated by grilled fish and meat. However, today, in the last 20 years, the city houses dozens of restaurants by renowned Croatian chefs with huge international experience, and that can even match with Mediterranean's finest restaurants that there are. For instance, although we do not have a Michelin star restaurant, we have 4 plate Michelin restaurants and 1 BIB gourmet restaurant, which are also certificates managed by the Michelin Guide in general. So in the gastronomical scene has been recognized internationally. That is very important to emphasize. The gastro scene is backed up with food and wine related activities and experiences. For instance, there is a specialized cooking class and workshop, which is done with the Association of Mediterranean Chefs, and the members of that association are of course, Croatian finest chefs that there are. These cooking experiences is from welcome till goodbye in terms of basically you will go with the chef, he will do the introduction, you will go to the green market, fish market, and any other markets where you will buy fresh, domestic, and authentic ingredients to prepare your food. Afterwards, you will have a short explanation of each of these places and why they are important for the gastronomical scene in the city. Afterwards, you go to the state-of-the-art kitchen to prepare that food. All of that is guided, of course, by the chefs that you have on your tour. And after the preparation of the food, you will do the food tasting. And basically that is an experience starting from 0 to 100 in looking at the overall gastronomical experience that we have in our town. Also, I would like to emphasize that that gastronomical experience can be topped at the private event or party organized in Villa Dalmatia. Villa Dalmatia is situated in southern cliffs of the Marian Park Forest, and it used to be the home of ex-Yugoslavian President Tito. That Villa Dalmatia is inaccessible to general public, so it's closed for good all the time. However, it is a great venue that is used for weddings or any type of gastro events that we have in our city. So any client can rent that property. He can sleep where the former Yugoslavian President Tito and other high Croatian and Yugoslavian officials, when they're visiting Split, they usually accommodate there. That is the only private venue that can the host that is on the beach. It has its own private beach, and plus it is allowed to play music until 3 a.m. So and it's honestly it is the best experience, let's say, for a combination of a wedding and gastronomical scene.
Wonderful, Due. I think that this is going to be a great experience, and I know that you as a tourist board, also one of your gifts for our agents looking is the cooking class with one of the chefs from Split.
Yes,
so let's now
wrap
this up, Due, and let's see the Split a final video, the closing video that I'm sure will definitely convince all the agents attending why they should put Split on the list for the visit.
Carissimi hospites, intrare, porta palazzi aperta est. Hajmo im ovi put pokazat nešto šta još nisu vidjeli.
Your eyes have not deceived you. Here you are, just a few steps away from both millennial heritage and the modern city. And obviously, in a place where you are more than welcome on every corner.
Where ancient walls and narrow streets are filled with tradition. And nature and urbanity are almost intertwined.
Experience that tradition by playing a local game that has no winners. Just a series of elegant moves.
By singing romantic songs and sharing positive vibes.
Split is a city which connects people. We, the people, make Split the city that it is.
A city where sport goes hand in hand with culture.
And then it hits you. Split is a city of champions. Especially if you give us a wild card.
Just take a deep breath and let the good times roll.
And remember, when you're here, nothing can hold you down.
But time slips through our fingers.
And flows continuously like a river.
So stop. Don't rush.
We all need that time for ourselves.
For all the places we want to visit.
For all that makes us happy and peaceful.
We need it for the people we love.
Because at the end of the day, it all comes to one thing.
Everything is better when we are together in Split.
Wonderful, and this is why you travel with LUXBE to get all this exclusive access to, behind the closed doors experiences. Thank you so much, Due, for this wonderful presentation of Split. I'm sure that, everybody now knows that Split is definitely a destination to be put on the bucket list for every LUXBE client. Thank you so much for being here with us.
And that was a gorgeous deep dive into Split. Thank you so much for that. Now, we have seen quite a few tourism boards here, but we all know that Croatia is, for a small country, it's very diverse, and there are many regions and many different tourism boards. So for the ones that we weren't able to see during the event, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the other hidden gems that we weren't able to take a glimpse into today?
Thank you, Gabs. Definitely, Croatia, like you said, it's much diverse, and knowing, clients well, which is, agents' job to vet them before, so we know exactly where to send them. Some of the destinations that were not able to meet us here or were not here, definitely Dubrovnik as a destination, also known as our jewel of Adriatic, jewel of our tourism, with 13th century UNESCO protected walls, the Game of Thrones site, and the really, once they were filming the Game of Thrones, they said it's wonderful to film here because they don't have to change anything. It's just like you were traveling back in the past. Besides Dubrovnik, there is also the many islands that must be visited for the first-time travelers or even for the returning clients, such as Korčula, for example, which is also to be known for Marco Polo Island. It's believed that Marco Polo was actually born there. So it's a Marco Polo museum, Marco Polo restaurants, like everything you go there, it's Marco Polo oriented. It's really cool, a little bit off the beaten path island with gorgeous beaches, wine cellars, wine producers. So it's really a must-see place to go. Also, not even talk about Hvar Island, which is, probably one of the most vibrant and chic islands in whole Croatia. Many clubs, restaurants, bars. So for people who are wanting more of a nightlife, a more fun destination, things to do, it's definitely Hvar would be a place to go. Besides Hvar, just next to it, it's island of Brač, famous for its Golden Horn beach, which it's probably seen on all the postcards that you see. It's the beach that actually changes the shape from the wind. It also the island of the highest peak of Dalmatia, where we do private hikes or jeep safaris up there with olive tasting, private picnic on the top, with a tremendous, gorgeous view of the whole Adriatic. If you actually are lucky enough for the place, for the weather to be nice, you can see all the way to Italy. So definitely Brač, it's a place to visit. Also, it's believed that part of the White House is actually built from the stone from this island. So just another fun fact to mention as well. And those would be the islands that I would recommend to adding on. And now if you go more into the coastal towns, I would definitely suggest adding Zadar. Maybe not as popular as Split or Dubrovnik if we go into the coastal towns, but a little town which is known for its sunsets and a very well-known settlement, Greetings to the Sun. And Greetings to the Sun, it's kind of a settlement that's solar panels on the bottom that collect the energy throughout the day. And then when the sunset comes, it actually lights up and it pretty much changes the color in the rhythm of the waves. You can now see it on the screen. It's really gorgeous, a gorgeous place to be. And definitely it's a romantic city I would recommend for everybody to go. And lastly, we didn't have a chance to dig into Plitvice Lakes National Park, which you will see next on the video. The 16 interconnected lakes, the most visited national park in Croatia, and a lot of times it's crowded with tourists, but that's why you travel with LUXBE. So in case you want to avoid those crowds, you can always go off hours with our tickets and our guides to actually explore the area on your own with your own privacy. So once you connect all of these dots together, you get one really nice itinerary, visiting everything that Croatia it's really all about, from coastal towns, great cuisine, breweries, wineries, olive oil producers, truffles in Istria. So we've seen it all. And let's say, 10 to 15 days should be enough to explore it all. And I think pictures are saying more than words. So this is all that Croatia is really all about.
Well, that was a whirlwind, but we've only just scratched the surface. So hopefully you enjoyed today. It was so diverse. And then join us tomorrow because we're going to have a lot more on the platter. We're very looking forward to having you return. If you've missed the link for any reason, it's the same time tomorrow, and you can find the link in the YouTube comments below. I want to thank Z and all of the suppliers for being here. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Gabs, and looking forward to tomorrow as well.
Thinking about your next vacation? How about Croatia? The country of 1,200 islands where turquoise waters meet ancient walled towns. Dating back from 7th century, today forming 10 UNESCO sites and 8 national parks. The country where Zinfandel originated from and where all foodies rejoice. The country where every day is a new adventure. On sea, mountains, or rivers. Don't just listen to what they say. Go, explore, enjoy. Visit Croatia.